everyone, my name is Vika and welcome back to my channel VikaBakes. And today we're going to make a carrot cake. It's a favorite recipe of one of my students. Hi Ken, if you're watching this. And I'm going to make it today. So let's get started. I will put on my gloves. Yay! For this recipe we need obviously carrots. Also we will need 1 orange, 2 eggs, a vegetable oil of your preference, and I'm using 2 kinds of nuts, pecans and walnuts, and also coconut sugar, and some flour, baking powder, some cinnamon, some salt, and vanilla. And this is all what we need for the cake. And for frosting we will need cream cheese, mascarpone, and butter and powdered sugar. And all the detailed ingredients are in the description below. Okay, and we will start by roasting our nuts, so you can just place them on the pan. I'm not adding any butter or anything to that. You can do if you want, and we will just warm them up and roast them for a little bit. And that's it. And let's start peeling our carrots. Forgot for a second.
Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house?
I'm a doctor.
What's up, Doc?
Now let's shred it. I'm using the bigger shreds. I don't know how you call it. By the time you end up shredding it, you have to check on your nuts. Okay, so now we will have 2 bowls of ingredients. 1 bowl will be with wet ingredients, another bowl will be with dry ingredients. You can start with whatever bowl you want. We'll start with mixing dry ingredients. So I will mix here 150 grams of flour. I'm using regular flour. And I'm going to add the cinnamon, like a pinch of cinnamon. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. All right. And also I'm going to add some orange zest from this 1 orange. We will also need to use some juice, but we will add juice to the wet ingredients. I think carrots and apples go really well together, and it adds a little bit of more sweetness to it, but also like this tang, right? And dry ingredients are ready. You can just mix them. Make sure everything is well combined. Okay. Now here, our nuts are ready. I will leave it for like 1 more minute, I think. And that's it. And now we can mix our wet ingredients. So we need 2 eggs. All right. And then we need to add our coconut sugar. I'm using 80 grams. I will put in the ingredients list 100 grams because I'm pretty sure you guys like sweets. I'm not a fan of like too sweet cakes, so I will add 80 grams. And we will also need to squeeze our lemon juice. So just cut it in half. And we will squeeze it right into it. Make sure there no seeds get into your dough. All right, and now we're going to use our mixer and mix everything together. Let's mix. All right, so sugar is mixed in, and at this point I would recommend preheating the oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius. Right, and at this point you can add also our vegetable oil using 125 milliliters of oil and mixed olive oil and avocado oil. You can use any kind of vegetable oil you have on hand. Nice. And now let's mix it again. And let's add a drop of vanilla extra. And now let's add our carrots in here. Let's mix again. Okay, and now we will just mix it with our dry ingredients. I'm going to use my favorite rubber spatula. I actually got a new one. It's cute, right? All right, and now it's time for our nuts. Here we go. Now we need to cut our roasted nuts and we will add them last into our dough. Let's cut our nuts. You can do bigger pieces or you can also do smaller pieces. It's up to you if you want to have, you know, bigger pieces or smaller pieces. I also like mixing the pecans and walnuts. I think it gives like more taste, but of course if you don't like either or like pecans or walnuts, you can use one type or you can use any different nut. I haven't tried with different nuts, but it may work. So I finished chopping the nuts and I'm going to add them right into our dough. Oops, and mix it all together. Nice.
Noise!
So I'm going to use this 9-inch pan and I'm going to bake 2 layers, one at a time, and I'm going to place each layer on top of each other. So the first one, yeah, we're going to use a half of our dough. I forgot, you need to put some butter in here so that it doesn't get stuck there. I'm going to wax it with unsalted butter here. Here you go. Now it's ready and I'm going to place a half of my dough. Now it's so heavy. Okay, let me lift this. So just spread it to make it even. I think it looks pretty good.
It's nice.
And I'm going to place it into the oven for 30 minutes approximately. We're going to check on it, of course. And now you can chill for 30 minutes and I will see you in half an hour.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
30 minutes later, took it out. Nice and perfect. And now I'm going to remove it. That's how it looks. By the way, you can bake them at the same time, like if you have 2 forms like this. I have only one because I'm not hoarding. And that's why I had to bake it, had to, you know, make it twice in the same form. So I will give it a quick rinse and I will place this one onto the plate to cool down, and let's do the second batch. All right, dudes and dudettes, I took it out and I'm going to look at it. It's hot. Ta-da! Nice. So we have our 2 layers. I will let it sit and cool down a little. And while it's doing that, we're going to make our cream for frosting. So I'm going to use 50 grams of butter, softened butter. And we're going to mix it with like 75 grams of powdered sugar. You can add 100 grams if you like sweeter. And then we're going to add 125 grams of mascarpone and 125 grams of cream cheese. If you have only cream cheese, you can just mix cream cheese, it's good. Mascarpone, I like it better because it's not that, I don't know, tangy. It's more like on the sweeter side, so I think it matches the cake perfectly. And once it's nice and like whitish, you can start adding your mascarpone and cream cheese. And keep mixing. You can use your spoon to scrape up the sides. I want to show like it's fluffy. And now let's assemble a cake. So I want to cut off the top part so it's nice and even. So now let's put our cream on. Ah, so satisfying every time. Place a top on top of it. Let it settle down there. You can also fix the sides. You can do it now or later. And now let's put some more cream on top. Now let's decorate the cake. I'm going to cut some walnuts. And also we're going to use some sprinkles. You can honestly use whatever you want to decorate it. You can also use berries or some caramelized carrots, some other kind of nuts, whatever you have on hand. Or you can just leave it like this. But I think it will be prettier with decorations. And now I'm going to add some sprinkles, carrot-shaped sprinkles, and I'm going to make a heart. Alright guys, there you have it. A nice carrot cake that is very cute, and I hope my student likes it, and I hope you like it too. So leave me a comment below if you make it, and also subscribe to my channel and hit the bells to get notifications when I get a new recipe. I see you in my next video. Bye!